In this video, we will be applying and painting the hedgehog stencil, then applying and painting the heart stencil, and finally applying and painting the word stencil.
Hi, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thank you for ordering a hedgehog DIY kit. Today we're going to be making our hedgehog. So you're going to want to start by getting out all of your tools, the wood, all of your stencils, paint, all of your tools as well. Here we go. The first step is to find the hedgehog body stencil like this. Okay? So what you'll want to do is turn it over so that the white side is up. You're going to slowly peel just the white backing off. Take your time. Low and slow is the key. You can just put this to the side. And it's time to place it onto our hedgehogs. So you want to make sure that the bottom of the hedgehog body goes to the bottom of the wood. And you want to try to put it in the center. It's okay if it's a little bit off because hedgehogs are all different. So just like this, you want to place it. You can move it around a little bit, and then that's pretty close to the middle. Once you have it where you want, take your little tool, it's a white squeegee, and you're going to stick it to the wood. Just like this. So your hedgehog should look pretty much like this. Looks great. Our next step is to just slowly peel off the clear transfer paper that's on there. So you want to keep it low and slow. Take your time. This is a pretty easy step. If there are any bubbles or anything, it's okay. But if you want to go over it again with the squeegee, just make sure it's really secure to your hedgehog. So that looks great. Now you're ready to paint the outside of your hedgehog. Okay, so I would suggest starting with the darker brown paint. That's going to be the outside of your hedgehog. So I would start like this. Take a brush. You can take a little bit of paint. You want to make sure to blot it so that it's light. And then you're just painting the outside of the body to the edge of the hedgehog. Painting all of those quills. You'll want to go right to the edge of the stencil. Right there. So you can go very light. As you see, you have a little bit of the wood grain, so it looks more like quills. So you can start with a light coat. You can always add more later if you would like. So that is a great start. After you've done the surface, sometimes you may want to paint the edges. Take your time with that step as well, and just fill in. Painted the outside of my hedgehog. I did a little bit of paint on the edges, but I kept it light just because I thought it would look a little more natural. And then of course we're going to want to paint within the stencil. So I would suggest taking your lighter brown paint and a small brush, taking a little bit of paint on your plate and making sure to blot it almost to where the brush looks dry, okay? And then for mine, I would like to paint the eyes and the ears and the hands this light brown color. So what I'm going to do is just not brush side to side, just go up and down and fill in. Okay, now for the cheeks, you can do them in the dark brown, the light brown, or you can use your pink paint to paint in the cheeks like we did for these ones. But it's definitely optional. You can take your brush, again, take a little bit of paint, Make sure you blot it off. And then you're going to just pounce up and down and fill in the cheeks. As you can see, I've filled in the eyes, hands, ears, nose, and the cheeks. So you're going to want to let this dry. That's your next step. Once your hedgehog is dry, the eyes are dry, everything is dry, you're going to want to slowly peel off the stencil. You can start at the corner and just peel it right off. I love this part. It's very satisfying. If it rips and breaks, that's okay. And that is the first layer of our hedgehog project. The next step, as you can see on this one, is to add the heart that the hedgehog is holding. Okay, so you're going to want to find your heart stencil. Again, turn it over so the white side is facing up and slowly peel the backing off. If a small piece of it sticks to the white paper, just use the white paper to push it back where it goes, like that little loop. So go very slow at this step. I would try to keep it flat. Again, push any pieces that come up back down. And now you have your stencil ready to place. So what I did with these was I had it just so the hedgehog was holding the strings, so you can do the same with your project, okay? You'll want to try and line it up, but the ends of the strings are on the hands, kind of like this. It doesn't have to be straight, it is a heart, so it can go whichever way. Just like that. Once you have it where you want, you're going to get your squeegee again and stick it onto your wood project. Okay, once it's stuck on there very well, you're going to just slowly peel the clear transfer paper off, just like you did earlier. Okay, it should look just like this, and then we're ready to move on and paint our hearts. Our next step is to paint our hearts and the string on it. So you're going to get your red paint, or you could do the pink paint if you want. It's up to you. I'm going to do red and take a small brush. Be sure to blot it very well. Maybe blot a little bit more so that it looks dry. And then you're going to be filling in the heart, okay? You can also go up to the string, paint that piece in, pounce up and down to fill in your stencil, okay? I would suggest doing a very light coat of paint, and then just like before, you can always add more paint later if you need to. Okay, once the heart is dry, you're ready to peel off your stencil. Take your time and just peel off around the heart. It might break, and that's totally fine. And then you're going to have these little pieces that are in there, in that loop. You can take your weeder and gently poke it from the side and take it out. Oh, I did. Just like that. Okay, now you're ready for the next step. Now it's time to add your message to your heart. Today I'm going to make the one that says hedgehogs, and that's going to be the stencil I'm choosing. You're going to turn this over so the white backing is up, and again slowly peel the white backing off. Go very slow because you have a lot of little pieces that may stick to the white paper. See, like that middle of the E came out, but I'm just going to push it back down using the white paper. Nice and slow. Take your time with this step. You're going to go ahead and place it right on top of the heart. Okay, this should be pretty straightforward. You're going to again take your squeegee and stick it onto the wood. Then you can go ahead and take off the clear transfer paper. Take your time, go low and slow, just like that. Okay, now we're ready to paint all of our words in. For mine, I'm going to use the dark brown paint that we used at the very beginning so that it will show up over the red paint. So you're going to take a small brush, take a little bit of paint, make sure you blot it, just like before. And then you're going to fill in the words. Just up and down. Go very light because it is the second coat in that spot. Great job. So when your words are totally dry, you're ready to peel off the final stencil. So you can just peel around the edges of the words first. Take your time. It's going to break away, but this is the best part in my opinion. And what you'll probably have are little pieces left behind. So you can take your weeder tool and gently from the side, you don't want to stab the wood, gently from the side, peel out the extra pieces, especially middles of letters or just little pieces that were left behind. We are all finished. You did a great job. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again. And now we have a few hedgehog friends. All right, thank you again for ordering a kit from Words on Wood.